Hi, I'm Becky Stern. Welcome to the craft video. We're celebrating pets on Craftzine, so I wanted to show you how to make two different cat toys for the two different cats I have in my house. One is a charm for the end of the very common and popular stick and string type of toy, and the other one is a crochet and needle felted catnip toy for less active cats. For the first toy, you'll need a stick and string mechanism that you can easily make if you don't already have one. And then we're going to use, just like this one, this broken one has some ball chain left over from a necklace, some thread, some heat shrink tubing available at the electronics store, and a heat gun, some little bells, those are optional, scissors, and some equal lengths of synthetic fuzzy yarn. Chenille works really well, but I have this already on hand. You can also do this project with feathers, like you see in this one. To make the charm, fold your equal length pieces of yarn in half, and then wrap them with string. I'm going to then use the thread to attach the ball chain very securely, because your cat's going to tug on this pretty hard. The ball chain has easy grooves in it already that'll make it easy to attach the thread. Just wrap it really well and many, many times. Once you've wrapped sufficiently, cut your ball chain to the right length with some wire snippers. You can even then wrap some more. When you've wrapped enough, cut off your thread and tie it. And then slide the whole top of the tassel, ball chain first, through the heat shrink tubing. You might have to squish it in there. This is to prevent the cat from nibbling on the threads and tearing the whole thing apart. Once you have the top of the tassel nestled in the heat shrink tubing, you can go ahead and shrink it. You can use the hot metal part of a hot glue gun to do this, or if you have a heat gun, that's pretty faster. For this toy, all you need is some catnip. You can grow your own or buy it at the pet store dry, a needle felting needle, a crochet hook, some 100% wool yarn, and some wool roving. You can basically make whatever shape you want as long as it's an enclosed 3D figure. So any amigurumi pattern you find, maybe online, you can fill it with catnip and wool roving and turn it into a cat toy, no problem. You can make a hacky sack, you can make an oblong hacky sack and call it a mouse, felt on some eyes. It's really up to you. Basically, make most of the 3D form and then we'll go from there. Once you've started to close up your crocheted shape and you just have a little hole left, take a piece of your wool roving and cup it in your hand, making a sort of bird's nest shape, and then put in a small clump of dried catnip. Wrap the catnip up in the roving and gently feed it into the hole in your crocheted shape. You want the catnip to be close to the center, with wool roving all the way around it, protecting it. If you need to finish filling out the shape, you can put in a little bit more wool roving at the top. And then continue crocheting to close your hole and finish up the shape. Now you have a shape that you can felt. You can take a yarn needle and feed this end of yarn through the shape to make it a solid shape, or you can attach a bell to it to make it a mouse tail. Be creative. Next, we're going to take our needle felting needle and just start felting the object. Because it's wool, the wool roving inside and the wool yarn are going to stick to each other, and it's also going to pierce through the dried catnip. And what that does is, not only does it make the fibers mat to each other, creating a solid object that the catnip can't escape, it also shreds the catnip even further, releasing more of the scent, which you can do periodically to bring the toy back to life after your cat's been using it for a while. And you can use more than one felting needle too, or one of those tools with multiple felting needles. Okay, so I finished felting. You don't really have to felt it until you can't see the texture anymore. It's really just to hold the catnip in and prevent the cat from unraveling the whole toy if they break a strand of the yarn. So here I added the bell and I felted on some eyes and I have a nice little mouse. And then here's my other tassel toy. And I hope you've enjoyed this craft video. I hope your cats like it too. And I'll see you next time.